going on, y'all? Your boy Darius back in for another video. And this time I'm here with my review of DC Studios' Creature Commandos. All the episodes have been dropped. Alright, they had their finale on Thursday. I'm recording this a few days later. And I've been under the weather, as you can probably hear in my voice, still sort of there. But finished this show yesterday, and I'm here for my full review of the series. Alright, there's going to be spoilers in this. I feel like there's no point in talking about this without going into in-depth regarding the content of some of these episodes. So you have been warned. If you haven't seen this show, if you haven't seen the finale, there will be spoilers in this video. Now, Creature Commandos, as we know, is the first project in James Gunn's new DCU. And I remember when it was announced, it was always a thing where people were like, Creature Commandos the first thing? Really? Like this like Suicide Squad type of thing you got going on here, which they are essentially the Suicide Squad but for monsters. And I have to say, this was similarly to the Suicide Squad, a real good execution of taking characters you're not really familiar with at all and making you give a damn about them. I think this was perhaps even better. Not even perhaps, it was better than the Suicide Squad in that aspect, because it's a TV show. So naturally, you had enough time devoted to each character in terms of learning who they are. I believe every episode had an origin of one of the members of the Creature Commandos team. That they gave you time. They gave you, enough there to understand who they are, why they are the way they are. And in a lot of cases, showing you that there's more to them than meets the eye, Transformers style, right? And the big one, probably the biggest one in that regard, was Weasel. Weasel, remember in the Suicide Squad, is this ugly looking rat thing that, as they tell you in that movie, killed like 27 children. But by the time they show you his origin in this, though, turns out that didn't happen at all. He didn't kill any children, as far as we know. He was playing with kids, and he had made friends with some kids, and then everything went to shit. And the kids around him died, and the cops thought that he was the one who killed them, and he lost all the kids he'd grown to love and care for. It was really, really sad. A lot of these backstories are really, really sad. I think his is sad. Nina's is sad. The chick with the fishbowl there. Like her story is sad. Being born with her lungs on the outside. Her dad turned her into a fish so that she could, breathe properly by being underwater and stuff, right? The fact that she got bullied at school. Freaking bullies, by the way. Bullies deserve everything that comes to them. They do. Like her getting bullied at school and then leaving, running away, getting found like this Bigfoot-esque monster thing that people thought she was when she was just trying to survive. And then they shoot her dad. The cops in this show are trigger happy, right? Like her dad shows up, at the scene. Everyone's surrounding, cameras, police are there. Like, he's telling them, no, that's my daughter, leave her alone. He's trying to talk to her. The cop's just gonna shoot him in the back. I'm just like, and he was white, too. That's the thing, he was white. All right, if it was me, if I was her dad, I got shot. But he's white. And then, even in Weasel's story, when they find Weasel trying to save the kids in, like, the burning school or whatever, they start shooting at him. And I'm just like, there's a little girl right there, and you're shooting at him. You guys don't care. Moral of the story, the DCU cops, they don't care. They're trigger happy. So, yeah, that was a bad, it was a sad backstory for Weasel and Nina. J.I. Robots wasn't sad. I mean, like, his was actually pretty good. I think he was the character I liked the most and gravitated towards the most. Just, hey, his goal was on one thing only. Killing some Nazis. It was great. Dr. Phosphorus, this was also pretty sad. Yeah, I forgot. His was messed up the way his his wife and kid died in front of him. They made it look like he did it, covered his hands in blood. Freaking Rupert Thorne. That was the episode where we got to see a little glimpse at Batman. Yeah, but that one's messed up. That was even more messed up than it actually is in the comics. His backstory is not that messed up. So I was just like, damn, James Gunn. If there's one thing I've learned watching James Gunn, is that he loves to just tear your heart out. He loves to make terrible, messed up situations. He loves to put his characters through the ringer, right? Think of Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's just like, went through so much. It's a damn shame what some of these characters went through, what they didn't have to go through, right? And then, like, they've been turned into monsters. In the case of the bride, she was made a monster, I guess you could say. And it's interesting because the way that this series was originally pitched, and even like you look at the poster, you'd think that Frankenstein, would be on the team. He's not actually on the team. He's just trying to find the bride because he's in love with her. He's like, oh, she was created for me, and he's obsessed with her, won't leave her alone. And I have to talk about the bride's backstory in terms of Victor Frankenstein, the doctor, makes her for Frankenstein's his monster, and as he's teaching her about life and words and culture and art and stuff, they get close. They get so close that he goes deep inside. When this dude, Victor Frankenstein, smashed the bride of Frankenstein, who, like, his monster, the Frankenstein's monster refers to him as his dad. So essentially, that's his daughter he's smashing. Like his creation, he created her. He, just like you teach a kid, as they grow up, you teach them about life and stuff. That's what he did for her, and then he smashed her. And I was just like, she couldn't even talk in fully formed sentences at that point either. It was messed up. So when he killed them, I didn't feel bad at all. I was like, you gotta deserve it, because that was some scummy stuff. There's a lot of uncomfortable stuff in this series. The violence, it's R-rated, very Invincible style, just brutality. Maybe even, Invincible's got some messed up stuff, but like this is on par with Invincible in terms of the gore. But it's not just gore for the sake of gore. The writing is really good. James Gunn put his foot in this show, as they say. And when it comes to the finale specifically, I need to talk about how I felt watching this thing, because it gets to that certain point where I think it's the bride, Phosphorus, and Weasel, and they're going to kill the Princess Alana of Pokolistan, I think, because Cersei, who is kind of like the main villain, even though she's taken out pretty early in the series. It says that there's a vision. She has a vision, shows it to Waller, where, Alana's gonna cause World War III and try to take over the world and kill, like, all those superheroes and stuff. And so Waller, sends the team in to go kill her. Rick Flag won't do it because he stuck his dick in Alana, alright? Very early on, they became an item. As soon as they stepped foot in the country to protect her from Cersei, they got it on, and at that point, my red flags were going on, because Alana was throwing it at Rick Flag Sr. so damn hard. Too hard, in fact, where I was like, something's up. If a woman that you've barely met, that you barely know, starts throwing it at you, wants you, right? If she wants the meat that badly upon first contact, you need to slow your roll, you need to pump the brakes, and you need to think, something's amiss here, something's afoot, because something was indeed afoot, as we later learned. So, when they go to kill her, and then it's Nina who does it, because she's Alana goes swimming, and they're just like, you could be very easy, go in the water, get her from underneath, stab her, and Weasel, because she looks like one of the girls Weasel knew as when he was playing around with the kids and stuff. He tries to stop it, and Nina gets stabbed. I was so mad. Alana just absolutely murdered Nina, and I was so mad that we lost her. We lost her and GI Robot. He came back, but Nina was probably the most innocent one. She never killed anyone. She was only lumped in prison because of what she looked like. And when she died, when Alana killed Nina, I was so heated. I was so mad. I wanted her dead. All right, I didn't care that at that point the show had tried to convince us that actually Cersei lied, because the doctor who vouched for Cersei was actually Clayface. So Alana's not going to start World War III. It's all a lie. Even when they said that, I wasn't buying it. I was like, nah, something's up with her. Something is up with her. Never mind the fact that she's, like 30 years younger than Flag, wanting his dick so damn bad. I'm like, nah, something is up. I like looking at her, the way she talks, the way she looks, in her eyes, in her cartoon drawn eyes. I could see something was wrong, and something was wrong. She was bad from the start. And when the bride shot her right in her forehead, I was so happy. I got up. I got up. Started doing the damn Ric Flair. Started doing that. Because I was so happy that she's dead. And It's an emotional roller coaster. This show, very well written, very well voice acted, especially when it comes to David Harbour as Frankenstein. He did amazing in like the way he talked as Frankenstein in terms of trying to sound like this big intellectual, but also just being like kind of psychotic if you think about it. But everyone did their parts. It was a great show. I would definitely recommend it. All right, this is a very good start to the DCU. I believe we will be seeing Rick Flag Sr. again in Peacemaker and the Superman movie. And then I'm pretty sure we're going to see J.I. Robot in the Sergeant Rock movie that they're making right now with Daniel Craig. And I can't remember the director's name. I think he did Queer. So I very much look forward to seeing these characters again. You know, the ones that are still alive. It has been greenlit for a season 2. So they showed us at the end like King Shark is among like the new potential recruits for the Creature Commandos. So I expect season 2 will be just as good, if not better. Pacing wise, everything was great. Again, you know, every episode showing an origin for one of the characters. I thought that was genius, and I give it honestly out of 5. I have like no complaints, honestly. It might be a 5 out of 5. It might be. I'm trying to think of complaints. I don't have any, dude. This is awesome. James Gunn does not miss. As I've said, man, he does not miss. All right. I mean, I never really saw any of his previous stuff before Guardians, so who knows? There may be a miss in there. Although he did produce the Scooby-Doo live-action movies, and those were awesome. I don't care what anyone says. But like, the Guardians trilogy hits. Peacemaker hit. The Suicide Squad hit. This Creature Commandos hit. So I know Superman. I trust that James Gunn's Superman movie is going to hit because the man does not miss. And there's my thoughts. Here's my review of Creature Commandos in its totality. Right? Let me know what you guys thought. Right? Did you enjoy Creature Commandos? If not, tell me why. If you did, tell me why. Tell me what was your favorite part. Who was your favorite member of the team? Mine was undoubtedly G.I. Robot. Although Dr. Phosphorus got up there like a number 2 probably, and then Nina, and then the Bride, then Rick Flag Sr., and then Weasel. Like, I liked Weasel up until he was the reason that Nina died. That ugly son of a bitch needs to get put down. Anyway, that's all the time I got for today. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, man. Help me get to 800 subscribers. That's my next little sub goal there. Hit the thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you like what you see. Also hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.